Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Facebook Live. I'm Kwon.
It is Friday morning. I'm Scott Engen. Thank you for joining us for the Facebook Live.
Yeah. Absolutely. Don't forget, you can watch this, listen to this on your own time by visiting our InForum YouTube channel. You can find us on your favorite podcast platform and on inforum.com/podcast under the InForum Minute.
Alrighty, let's look at some things today, starting today, actually, I should say. After a 2-year break, fun event, Fight the Frost, is returning to Fargo this weekend. The floor of the Fargo Dome is going to be turned into an indoor playground for kids to play on all sorts of inflatables. That's a lot of fun. Big thing is, admission is free unless you're planning to do some of that jumping, which of course is the highlight of everything.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the prices. A day pass for the inflatables for kids 5 and under is $8. For kids 6 and up, the price is $15, and an all weekend pass is $25. Parking though, that's free, so that's a positive. The event starts today and goes from 3 to 10. Doors opening it tomorrow at 9 in the morning, goes till 10 again. And then Sunday, you can jump from noon to 5. So that sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, definitely. Really quick, we wanted to let you guys know that Fargo Police are investigating a late night stabbing that sent one person to the hospital with a puncture wound to the head. We know that this happened in the 2400 block of 33rd Avenue South just before midnight. It was called in as a fight. It was a reported fight. They say that the victim was uncooperative and had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance for to be treated for some injuries there. It was behind the ear is where that injury was. Person who called police say he witnessed that fight, provided a description of the suspect and the car that person was driving, and officers were quickly able to find that car. Driver and passenger were both detained. 23-year-old Sean Schwant was arrested for aggravated assault, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of meth. His passenger was arrested on unrelated charges.
Some university leaders are concerned with Governor Doug Burgum's proposal to increase salaries for state employees. Both NDSU and UND expressed concerns about raising salaries due to inflation and enrollment issues that are ongoing. Burgum's plan would increase salaries by 6% in the first year and then in the second year by 4%. NDSU President David Cook says that the raises in these salaries will also cause the university to have to raise their tuition rates. And right now, 65% of the university's salaries do come from tuition alone. So Cook highlighted that NDSU has had some reported retention problems, and that increasing these the raises of the wages, which would in turn increase the tuition, could all have a negative effect on that problem, which is the student retention.
Yeah. Also, we know that legalized sports betting in North Dakota has cleared its first hurdle. House just recently approved a ballot measure for voters to decide on this issue, and that measure will now head to the state Senate. So if it's approved by the legislature and passed by voters in the general election in November of 2024, that would authorize sports betting and be conducted in the state. Also means it would be, of course, licensed and regulated by the state. So that, if you remember, it did pass in the House in 2021, that measure did, but then it failed in the Senate twice, just narrowly though. So that's a big talker right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. Be interesting to see what happens with it. In Minnesota, lawmakers are considering legislation to make Juneteenth a state holiday. Now, if you don't know, the holiday commemorates June 19th, 1865. That's when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas to liberate the final slaves. Texas has observed that holiday since 1980, but it has gained national traction over the last few years. President Biden even declaring it a federal holiday. However, even in that case, about half the states, or even less, I think, actually recognize it as a state holiday. But Minnesota is looking to do that. North and South Dakota both do recognize Juneteenth as holidays.
Yes. All right. Also, really quick, wanted to let you guys know about Marie Presley, the only daughter of Elvis Presley, who died at the age of 54 yesterday. She was rushed to an LA hospital, showing signs of cardiac arrest, which, now that I think about it, I feel like we're hearing a lot about cardiac arrest in recent days, with Damar Hamlin. But her mom, Priscilla Presley, asked for some prayers following her daughter's hospitalization, and a few hours later, Lisa Marie was pronounced dead. She was at the Golden Globes just 3 days ago, where she, of course, celebrated Austin Butler's Best Actor win for portraying her father in the summer blockbuster Elvis. So really sad news on that front.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of sweeping all the headlines right now.
Yeah. One other thing to say, tonight is the drawing for the Mega Millions. That thing has
yeah.
gotten almost like $1.35 billion. So
yep.
if you haven't got a ticket, you might, if you're feeling lucky, I
Yeah.
know it's Friday the 13th, but maybe your luck will get turned around
Yeah,
and you'll
right.
win the lottery.
Exactly. That's one way to think about Friday the 13th. Who knows? Yeah. I was saying this morning too. I'm sick of people in big states like New York, in California,
Yeah.
taking the jackpot. So we should just everyone should buy tickets in
Yeah.
this area and just,
Let's
you
get a
know?
North Dakotan with a bunch of money in their
Yeah.
pocket. Or
Minnesota.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah.
But we want to keep it local.
I know. Yeah. We want to keep it people in our area.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Besides the lottery, we got to tell you about Hot Mic. Of course, starts at 9 o'clock, goes to 11. Dom Izzo hosts. We're just a day away from the NFL playoffs
Crazy.
beginning, so I'm sure that's going to probably be top of the order for Dom to talk about and
Oh,
whoever
yeah.
his guests are. So big games this weekend, both Saturday and on Sunday.
Absolutely. All right, don't forget for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to InForum.com by going on InForum.com/subscribe. You can get that deal. Of course, our 11 o'clock newscast airs in just a few hours, and then you got our evening newscast 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10, and our coverage does not stop there. We got newscasts all weekend long as well. I'll be in on First News Saturday and Sunday, 7 to 8:30, and then 7 to 8. So hope you can join us there, and we will see you guys back on Monday morning.
Very good. Have a great weekend, folks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.